Okay, I'm going to try to break this down a little bit deeper. The pipe bombs. And I caught this Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock on the PBS NewsHour. And there's a subliminal message coming up in this. I'll show you. Here we go.
Back into New York City this evening about this tense and sometimes confusing day. Hari Srinivasan is there for us. He joins us from Columbus Circle on the west side of Manhattan. Hari, you are standing right in front of the time.
Columbus Circle. That's 2 C's, 33. And just in case, there's nothing fancy about my channel. I take screenshots. This is how you come up with your numerology. And 33, the 33rd level of Freemasonry. And 33 has a lot of other significance. But that's how you come up with it. C is a 3. So just in case somebody stumbles across this and don't understand what 33 and the numerology and all that, they talk in signs and symbols and subliminal messaging. Let's continue. It's not about what the man says, it's what comes behind him in the scene.
Warner Building, what's the situation there now?
Good evening, Judy. You know, it's pretty much back to normal on a cold fall day. There are police cars outside, but there's always police cars outside here. There's a lot of sat trucks or satellite trucks. There's also satellite trucks here because CNN is based just over my shoulder. So here, at this point, there are reporters outnumbering police. There's a lot of people that are going about their day, trying to, take in the holiday.
And there it is. Conveniently, a bus with, well, your rainbow colors. Jerusalem, Tel Aviv. Let's move on. 7 a.m. today, Friday, the local Fox affiliate. Let's play their story they ran.
Thank you for that, Brent. It's 7:32 and happening now. That nationwide manhunt for the person or people responsible for mailing nearly a dozen bombs to several high-profile political figures.
10 of them found in just 72 hours' time. Officials now focusing their investigation on this mail center in South Florida where they believe some of the packages traveled through. While officials still don't know who sent them, they believe it is somebody who has been on their radar.
Charlene Cristobal has been digging into this all morning long. And Charlene, what about the devices is making it difficult for law enforcement to determine where they came from?
Well, officials say the devices had...
Okay. That's a pipe bomb, right? In a vanilla envelope. Note one thing before I move on here. The stamps, that would total $3. And I know for a fact from mailing, probably 40, I'll say 40 pictures, 4x6 pictures in a vanilla envelope to my grandkids 50 miles from here cost me over $6. And those postage stamps have not even been stamped, processed. But note what is in front of it. I caught this morning. Why do they have those hand sanitizers? Think about that for a minute. And I'll tell you here in a minute.
very common components, making it harder to get clues from the signature of the bomb. They're going...
Okay. Florida's misspelt for one. And you got 777. The going to CNN. CNN adds up to 13 in numerology. There's your Columbia Circle. Another 33. 2 rows of 3 stamps. That's 33. Plus $3. So there's threes all over the place. The zip code for Sunrise, Florida is 33325. Now let's take a look and think about sunrise. Sunrise. And what was just placed in New York City? No, I'm sorry. In Washington, D.C. at the point of the pentagram right up here. The Arch of Baal. Nimrod. The sun god. This thing here was placed. That's when it was in New York. The Arch of Baal. The sun god. The sun rising. Sun worship. It just jumps right out at you if you just stop and think. And take a look at Donald Trump's apartment at Trump Towers. It's all about sun worship, Baal worship. And they just had the Arch of Baal in Washington, D.C. Now the sun rising. This is 2 weeks before the elections. And they're stoking the flames. Stoking the flames. Look at the stamps. Why haven't they been processed? That would never leave wherever that got the original post office without those stamps being processed. And it would cost more than $3. Try to mail something. Let's move on.
Be looking specifically at the clock and tape used, comparing them to other devices they've intercepted in the past. Now, most of the packages were delivered in manila envelopes with printed address labels to the same printed return address to Florida Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz and 6 American flag stamps. Larry Johnson, a former investigator with the Secret Service, says it's highly likely whoever built the bombs were flagged by law enforcement before. That's why they'll be going through security cameras, fingerprints, or even DNA possibly left behind. But officials warn that this is an ongoing threat and more could be out there.
We have over 600,000 postal employees out there right now, so we have their eyes and ears looking for these packages.
Pyramid there.
Well, investigators are still trying to figure out if the bomber unintentionally left a trail of evidence or if this is all part of a bigger plan trying to throw them off the trail. And officials are also looking into the postmark because postmarks are typically there when you send any sort of mail to show where it was sent from and when it was sent as well. So several of them did not have that.
And that's been one of the biggest questions, like why aren't there postmarks on it? And then in some of them you can see what looks like a fake ISIS flag, and then in a couple of them, or at least one, Larry the Cable Guy's "Get Her Done" was on them. What do we know at least about those, the ISIS flag part?
Yeah, well, the ISIS one, officials are saying that the reports aren't exactly true in that case. Some of the device.
That's what caught my eye this morning. Clorox hand sanitizer. There it is again. They're making sure you see that. Let's go to numerology. Clorox 33. That is why that's there. Charlottesville, the car that supposedly killed a woman crashing through a crowd. Later that night, they showed that intersection all blocked off. But magically, there was a blue drum sitting in the middle of the street. Why a blue drum, you might ask? Because it adds up to 33 in numerology. That's how these psychopaths communicate with each other. Let's move on. I got one more. Okay, this was 9 o'clock this morning. The 11th and 12th package. Let me play it so you can hear.
PD just tweeted that it's responding to a suspicious package alert at the post office in the center of Manhattan. That package is addressed to former intelligence director James Clapper and CNN. Now that makes these the 11th and 12th.
Oh, in case I missed it a while ago, New York, 10019, 9/11. The numerology is all over that package. And why aren't those stamps canceled out? That caught me yesterday, just right off the bat. You mail something, they don't want you using that stamp over again. That's why you got the squiggly black lines and then where it came from and all that information on it. At least it used to. Maybe, who knows anymore? Who really knows anything anymore? With the lying people running this world. Okay, let's continue on. I'm rambling on here.
12 suspicious packages found. Now, luckily, none of them have detonated. That could be a good sign for investigators because that means they will be able to trace back all of the components used to make them. They do not have a suspect right now. They're still searching, and there's no real explanation for all of this, but a former FBI agent says that this may have all been part of the plan.
I think they were meant to be found, and again, just to deliver the message of fear and terror and to, garnish attention.
Now, the Postal Service and FBI haven't commented on any of these things. CNN just posted a statement from James Clapper, one of the latest intended target. He said he and his wife are away from home and added this package is not a surprise. He also said there's no question in his mind that this is domestic terrorism. We'll stay on top of this and bring you any updates, but for now, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you so much for that. I wanted to give you another update on that story because we've just gotten Robert De Niro just issuing a statement as he was one of the people that received one of these, or at least mailed to him. He said this, quote, "I thank God no one's been hurt, and I thank the brave and resourceful security and law enforcement people for protecting us. There's something more powerful than bombs, and that is your vote. People must vote." And he just released that.
And there it is. But I wonder which God he's speaking of when he thanks God. The little g or my heavenly Father? Get out and vote. I got one more. Okay, and this is just before local Fox affiliate went off the air here in Indiana. This is what they said.
We want to give you the latest right now on what we know as more suspicious packages are found.
Trying to work up a live shot. There it is. This is Midtown Manhattan. It's glitchy, but bear with us here. News organizations reporting that a package found there has similar markings as the other ones. They said the package was addressed to former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper and to CNN. The Clapper is a CNN contributor.
Looks just like the same package, just a different label on it. Are they just recycling the same package in their fake story? I will take to my grave the belief that this is a lie. Just like the spinning ball lie. Oops, there you went there. You went flat earth on them. But you can't believe anything anymore. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth, not inhabitants. For he has come down, knowing he has but a short time. Now just listen to what they say.
A couple of minutes, he put out a statement here, essentially warning readers here, saying anybody who has been a critic of President Trump needs to be extra alert and take precautions.
We also learned another suspicious package found at a mailing facility in Florida. That one reportedly addressed to Senator Cory Booker. These would mark the 11th and 12th suspicious packages found so far this week.
Yeah.
I'm a critic of Donald Trump, Barack Hussein Obama, the Bush family, the royal family, anyone in the mainstream news. Did I miss any? Oh, even going back to Reagan, the Clintons. Just about all of them. There's a reason Jesus said to trust no man. These are all liars, deceivers. I believe it, and I don't want to see anybody get hurt, but I might believe it if one blew up and I saw a dead body, but I would have to verify that that is a dead body and not something made up from Hollywood. It's all lies, every bit of it. But don't believe a word I say. I could be lying too. That's just it. You don't know. Seek, and you will find. Down the road.